I've started the process of getting this rotten top plate cut out, and I put this 2x4 across here to support the roof and the ceiling rafters. Jacked it up and put this board under here. So I've taken the weight off of the rafter and the roof joist there. It's up now, and this one I had to cut the nail, and then that one's up off of there. This one here had been hacked up, and you can kind of see that a little bit of what's left right here. And so before I could even get this piece of wood up in place, I had to take my little oscillating cutter and draw a line and then just cut in there and try to level that out, because at some point the drywall will want to go up and it won't take kindly to that. So it should be pretty much at the level of the ceiling rafter. I go to put the drywall up. But yeah, I've got this lifted up now. I've cut some nails. That's was holding things up a bit, and so that top plate, what's left of it, dropped back down. And so I may have to put another support up under this one. It doesn't look like it's lifted too much. But, first off, I'm going to cut these ceiling rafters and get them out of the way, and take some of this wood out of here and start cutting that sill off and figure out where I want to end up with that. Well, I got those two ceiling rafters out of the way, and that one was actually nailed into here, probably because of that. The end of that thing is all rotten. So the new one, when I put the new rafter in, it's still positioned up against that. I'll have to nail it as well, and maybe even scab something on the other side just to be making sure that that gets supported once I get this cut out and replaced. So yeah, discoveries just keep on coming. I have this top plate cut out now, and I've gone all the way over to where there's good wood on either end. So I got to get the oscillator tool and cut these nails out of the way. They're sticking out here that normally would have nailed into something. And then I can measure and cut a piece of 2x4. But of course, wouldn't you know it, the original 2x4s, instead of the modern 1.5 inch, these are more like 1 3/4 inch. So yeah, I'm probably going to end up having to shim to get everything up level, unless it just turns out that it's going to be good enough, but we shall see. I made this little beam, 2x4s, top sill, and then attached the 2x4 on the edge, and then had to put some more spacer in underneath that to get it screwed up against the original header that's up there. So I've got that supported now. I've got good wood there, and I can deal with this scabbing on some wood to this ceiling or roof rafter, and then level these things out across here, shim it, whatever. So at least that much of it's done now, and I can start getting the ceiling joists cut and fit and put up. I got the little top plate beam sitting there, and the roof rafter on the left. I had to scab on a piece of 2x4 to support that end, because that was rotten. And I got the ceiling rafters cut and put in place. A little board I mounted there to hold the ends up so that I could get them positioned and nailed. And to cut the ends of the wood to fit up in on top of that sill plate, I created this little jig with came up with an angle that seemed to work. So then that made it easy then to mark the boards and cut the little pieces off that then fit up between that top plate and the roof 1x stock or whatever it may be. And today I'm a little sore. Probably did a little bit too much work yesterday. Also had to go get a 4x4 and a piece of concrete for supporting the floor. Now that I've got it jacked up and the door is not binding here, I got to put a permanent post down in the cellar. So having done all this and that, I don't really feel like, and it being pretty cold, don't feel like doing any heavy work right now. So what I am going to do is I'm going to continue on with this wiring project. We'll tie in the wire to the switch box here, get the mud plate on it, and get the switches mounted in the box, and to use a little light there to work cloudy days. And so we'll put the switches in, we'll run the wire up, we'll mount the octagon box in the ceiling for the light and fan, and then I am going to abandon the old wire here on this outlet, take that out from up there and try to center a box. And it looks like, because of these screwed up studs here, this one at the base of this opening here into the kitchen is where that will go. So that's the plan for right now. Let me get started with this, get my gloves on because it's stinking cold up here, and we'll come back when we've got a little bit of the work done. The electrical I wanted to get done is now done. The switches are in place. The outlet is in the ceiling for the light and the fan. I got a construction socket connected so I can have some centralized light in the room. The new wire is in place, and a new outlet box in the wall. So I have two circuits just by happenstance, and all grounded and working, and ready to go.